What's happening, everybody? Well, this is one of those what's he up to videos. Data logging Stormy, getting some data on partial throttle performance, and also taking a look at the performance of the stock DT RAM intake system to see would an aftermarket intake system really be of any real benefit. But let me get you guys a wide open throttle hit so we can go through there. I'll get you guys a run to 60. Streets are kind of dusty because they're doing some dirt work out here, some bridge construction, things like that. So truck runs good, 60. So yeah, this truck runs really good. Wide open throttle. So this thing does run very well. There's a data set. But again, it's looking at the data on that stock inlet system. And I gotta tell you, it's not that bad. I don't know where there could be an actual improvement performance-wise. I mean, I could be wrong, but let me give you an example. So ambient KPA is about, I think it's showing to be 100 KPA. In inches of mercury, by the way, 29.8. Well, we're at 28.6, so just barely an inch under ambient at wide open throttle at this one specific data point. And to put that into perspective, guys, if you've got a mind that's rooted in carburetors, that's 1 inch of mercury is about what you're going to find underneath a 4-barrel in a well-sorted carbureted performance application. And really any more than that is going to mean that the carburetor is a restriction. What I mean by more, more in the difference. And any less in difference between ambient and manifold vacuum can potentially be an issue for carburetors because of velocity through the venturis and fuel atomization. But this is not a carbureted setup. This is fuel injected. And to put things into perspective, I am at 97% of ambient in the manifold. I don't know that an aftermarket inlet system will get much better than that. I haven't seen much better than that with other applications, but I'm happy to be proven wrong, and I'd like to try one out on this truck. Also, keep in mind, we're running the stock inlet system with the stock filters. Remember, this DT setup has got a pre-filter and then the actual filter. So still, even with all of that, the data looks really good, and I can't complain about it anywhere in the data. So getting back to just the other stuff that I'm up to with the truck, there's the wide open spiel for you, but for me, really, there's other things, and that's the drive itself, that intuitive nature for the downshifts. There you go. That's what I'm really looking for, and that's what I'm trying to dial in, and I think I've pretty much got this DT RAM sorted out very well. It's got a very intuitive, progressive downshift, and it is significantly better than stock. So I gotta say, it's pretty much a wrap with Stormy. I've had a lot of fun with this truck, and I also got to tell you something else. I've almost forgotten about anything I've done with the Hellcats because of this truck. And when I say forgotten about it, I forgot about it, but I haven't even thought about it, is a better way to put it. I've just had so much fun trying to overcome all the weird little nannies that are in the operating system for this DT RAM. And I haven't been able to overcome all of them, but I have been able to kind of tweak and work around most of them. And man, this truck runs really, really strong. So I am going to have to say that that's a wrap, although I probably will go in and, tickle the ivories a few more times with this thing just to get a couple of things maybe a little bit better. But again, when you're messing with performance parameters under the curve, you start to get into some subjective hang-ups, if you will. Some guys like a little bit later shift, a little bit earlier shift suits other folks, and so you're always kind of, you know, it's like what I like doesn't necessarily translate to what others, but it's usually about a 90 percentile in there. But I can tell you this, either way, it's significant advantage for the tuner to have access to all of this data acquisition so that you can go in and make whatever changes you want to make and really wake these trucks up in ways that you just can't unless you have this level of sophisticated tuning software. So with that, this truck has no right to run this good, by the way. And for a Dodge with nothing done to it, stock manifolds, everything else, this thing in the heat will run high 13s. Traction depending, high 13s, maybe low 14s if it spins a little bit and commands an early shift out of the 1-2. But it'll do it every single time. And in cooler weather, it's a mid 13-second truck. Again, traction is the big consideration. We're still running on the Goodyear Wranglers. So if they would quit doing so much road construction out here in Velocito, we'd be in a little bit better shape with that traction thing, by the way. But it's fun to play no matter what the scenario is. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up. Leave y'all with some sweet sounds of Stormy. This truck does run good. All right, that's a wrap, videos.